the earth, the sun, and the moon. Let's learn about the earth, the sun, the moon, eclipse, artificial satellites. The earth, the sun, and the moon are parts of our solar system. Besides the earth, there are seven other planets in our solar system. Let us read about the earth, the sun, and the moon. The earth is the third planet in the solar system. It has air, water, and land. The earth is surrounded by a layer of air called atmosphere. The atmosphere protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. The earth is more than 4 billion years. It is about 150 million kilometers away from the sun. Internal structure of the earth. Uh, the earth consists of three layers: crust, mantle, core. This is outer core. This is inner core. Crust. It is the outermost layer of the earth. It of the earth of rocks. Sorry, guys. Crust. It is the outermost layer of the earth made of rocks. Its thickness varies from 5 km under the ocean floor to 70 km under the continents. All continents and oceans lie on this layer mantle. It lies below the crust. It is about 2,900 km thick. The upper part of the mantle consists of hard rocks and the lower part consists of hot molten rocks. When the volcano erupts, magma comes out from this layer. This layer contains iron, magnesium, and aluminium core. It is the innermost layer of the earth. It has two parts, outer core and inner core. The outer core is about 2,300 km thick and inner core is about 1,200 km thick. The outer core consists molten iron and nickel. The inner core is a solid ball made up of iron. The sun is a huge ball of hot burning gases. It is at center of the solar system. It has a thin layer of air around it called corona. The sun is the nearest star to the earth, that is about 150 million kilometers away. It has a diameter of about 1,13,92,000 kilometer. It is about 109 times bigger than the Earth's diameter. The sun is made up of hydrogen and helium. At the center of the sun, it is core. The core is the hottest part of the sun. In the core, hydrogen changes into helium, releasing a large amount of heat and light. The temperature on the surface of the sun is about 6,000 degrees Celsius, and at the center is about 15 billion degrees Celsius. The moon is the natural satellite of the earth. It is also spherical in shape like the sun and eight planets. The moon is made of rocks. There is no air on the moon. It is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. It does not have its own light. It shines because it reflects the sunlight that falls on it. The surface of the moon is covered with craters, mountains, and valleys. The craters are big round hollows that are formed when pieces of rocks called meteoroids crash into the surface of the moon. The diameter of the moon is about 3,500 kilometers. The moon's gravity is one-sixth of the Earth's gravity. You can easily lift objects on the moon that would be too heavy for you to lift on the earth. If your weight is 36 kg on the earth, then it will be just 6 kg on the moon. There is no atmosphere on the moon, so the side that receives sunlight is very hot and the other side away from the sun is very cold. No sound can be heard on the moon due to the absence of air. The moon has no air or wind, so the astronaut footprints will remain there forever. Landing on the moon, Apollo 11 was the first spacecraft to land on the moon on 1st July 1969. It carried three American astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon, followed by Edwin Aldrin. Michael Collins remained in the spacecraft. Armstrong and Aldrin stayed for 2.5 hours on the moon and collected rock samples to bring back to the Earth. India's first mission on the to the moon, Chandrayaan-1, India's first unmanned spacecraft, was launched successfully on October 2022 2008 from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, by Indian Space Research Organization. The mission was aimed to map the moon's surface and get more details of the moon. After completing most of the objectives, it was finally called off on 30 August 2009. Phases of the moon. The moon seems to change its shape every day. The different shapes of the moon are visible from the earth are called the phases of the moon. The shape of a particular phase depends on the sunlight. A part that can be visible from us of can be visible to us from the earth. New moon, crescent moon, half moon, gibbous moon, full moon. Eclipse. The sun is a source of light on the earth and moon are opaque objects. When any opaque object comes in the path of light, it blocks light and casts its shadow. Sometimes the sun, the earth, and the moon happen to come in a straight line. At times, the earth comes between the sun and moon, or the moon comes between the sun and earth. In such a situation, the object in the middle casts its shadow on the other. This is called an eclipse. There are two types of eclipse: lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. Lunar eclipse, when the earth comes between the sun and the moon, it casts its shadow on the moon. This is called lunar eclipse. The earth blocks the sunlight from reaching moon, and as a result the moon gets hidden from the view. Lunar eclipse may be partial or total. When the moon is completely in the dark shadow of the earth, it is called a total lunar eclipse. When the moon is partly hidden by the dark shadow of the earth, it is called partial lunar eclipse. The shadow that two has two part, umbra and penumbra. The part of the shadow that totally blocks the light in is called umbra. The part that blocks only a part of sunlight is called penumbra. Solar eclipse, when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, it blocks sunlight from reaching the earth and casts a shadow on the earth. This is called solar eclipse. Solar eclipse may be partial or total. When the sun cannot be seen at all, it is a total solar eclipse. When the sun is partly visible, it is a partial solar eclipse. The region of the earth where umbra falls has a total solar eclipse, where the region where penumbra falls has a partial solar eclipse. Solar eclipse lasts for very short duration or a few minutes. So artificial satellites are man-made objects that revolve around the earth. They are sent into the space to gather information. The first satellite launched into space was Sputnik 1. Aryabhatta was India's first satellite launched in the year 1975. Bhaskara, Rohini, Insent 2A and Cartosat are some other Indian satellites. Artificial satellites are used for forecasting weather, transmitting signals of mobiles or television programs. First man to go into space, Yuri Gagarin. First woman to go into space, Valentina Tereshkova. First Indian to go into space, Rakesh Sharma. First Indian woman to go into space, Kalpana Chawla. Thank you for watching.